Hey all my foodie friends and family, hope you're doing well. It's a bit chilly here today, so I'm gonna make another soup. Nothing like hot, steaming bowl of soup to warm your cold nose and your cold hands. So let's get started. We're gonna do a spinach, potato, and turnip soup. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it tastes yummy. So in a liter of vegetable stock, I put in 2 diced potatoes, and I've started off with a Dutch oven to cook this soup in. You'll notice I have this all in the pot already. I got kind of carried away and I forgot that I didn't turn the camera on. Oh well, that's what happens when you're doing amateur stuff, right? I added in 1 onion that I've diced and 1 tablespoon of a plant-based butter. It adds a little richness to this because we're going to add a little bit of cream later. If you're vegan or if you don't use any animal fats, then just omit this altogether. I'm adding 1 turnip that's been diced. And we brought that up to a rolling boil, and we're going to cook the turnip and the potato until they're soft. This aroma from this soup as I was cooking this was fantastic. Just so yummy and heartwarming. Now that the potatoes and the turnip have cooked, I'm using a masher to kind of change the texture a bit. I don't want cubes in my soup. I would like little pieces. And I also don't want it pureed. I'd like to see what I'm eating. If you want a totally creamy soup, you can certainly put your immersion blender in here and get this smooth. But I like little chunks, just not big cubes. Starting to look really good, isn't it? You can just imagine how this tastes. To that soup, I'm adding 1 package of baby spinach leaves. You can use whatever green leaf kind of thing that you want to use. Pea shoots are good too. The baby spinach adds some green color to this soup, adds a different texture, and adds a slightly different flavor to this soup. Potato and turnip can be kind of flat as far as flavor goes, so adding something green will usually perk it up. I'm adding some salt and pepper. I'm using coarse ground sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. This soup can do with a little bit more pepper than salt. I'm adding a dash of Maggi. Maggi adds a real umami flavor. It's made from vegetables, and it makes a delicious background note to any kind of soup or stew that you're making. I use it a lot, as you can tell from my recipes. It's my German background. My mother never cooked anything without a dash of Maggi in it. So we let that simmer just to let those leaves wilt. We don't want them mushy though. I'm adding in just a splash of cream. This happens to be 10%. If you don't like to use cream, you can use milk. And if you don't want any dairy, don't use anything at all. It's still a delicious soup with or without cream or milk. I'm adding it just to add a little bit of richness to this soup. It's starting to look really creamy and delicious. I can't wait to have a steamy bowl full of this soup. There it is, finished. Doesn't it look yummy? Serve this along with some crusty bread and a nice salad. You have a delicious lunch. If you like the recipe, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Just love to have more foodies here with me. Thanks for stopping by for some more soup that warms your soul. We'll see you next time.